You know him as Slim Shady, the rap god, the lyrical assassin. But behind the fame and fire tracks lies a life full of pain, darkness, and unbelievable stories the media rarely touches. Here are 10 lesser-known facts about Eminem that will change the way you see him forever. 1. He was beaten into a coma at just 9 years old. When Eminem was just a kid, he faced more than childhood teasing. At just 9 years old, while attending Dort Elementary School in Roseville, Michigan, Eminem endured a horrifying attack by school bullies, including a student named D'Angelo Bailey. During recess, they slammed his head into the ground so violently that it caused a cerebral hemorrhage, and Eminem slipped into a coma. The other kids, scared of what they had done, ran away and claimed he had slipped on ice. But this wasn't the first time D'Angelo had targeted him. Eminem spent months recovering, suffering from nosebleeds, ear bleeds, and post-traumatic stress. He even had to relearn how to walk. This traumatic event left lasting scars that fueled much of his emotional and lyrical intensity. 2. He opened a restaurant called Mom's Spaghetti. Eminem turned one of his most iconic lyrics into a reality by launching a restaurant called Mom's Spaghetti in Detroit. The name is a direct reference to the famous line from his song, "Lose Yourself." His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's Spaghetti. It started as a pop-up shop but quickly became a permanent fixture, offering a quirky, nostalgic dining experience for fans. It's a symbol of how Eminem transformed his art into a tangible cultural experience. 3. He failed ninth grade 3 times and dropped out. Eminem's academic career was rocky from the start. He attended Lincoln High School in Warren, Michigan, but had a hard time focusing and was often bullied, struggling in math and social studies. He failed ninth grade 3 times before dropping out altogether. But one subject stood out: English. Eminem had an innate gift for language. He soaked up dictionaries, built a vast vocabulary, and practiced rhyming for hours. The school system may have failed him, but the art of language became his salvation. 4. His name, Eminem, comes from his initials, not candy. Contrary to popular belief, Eminem's name has nothing to do with the colorful candy. It originated from his initials, MM, which stand for Marshall Mathers. Early in his rap career, he went by Eminem, but eventually stylized it to Eminem to stand out and solidify his identity in the underground rap scene. By the time he released his debut album Infinite in 1996, the name Eminem was synonymous with raw, intelligent lyricism. 5. He faced gun charges in 2000. In the year 2000, Eminem found himself on the wrong side of the law, facing multiple gun-related charges from 2 separate incidents. In one situation, a firearm reportedly fell from his waistband during a confrontation with Dennis Dale, an associate of the group Insane Clown Posse. In another, he was accused of pistol-whipping a man named John Guerra after witnessing him kiss his then-wife Kim Scott. These incidents brought intense media scrutiny and legal trouble, yet also reinforced the raw, unfiltered rage often heard in his music. 6. His father abandoned him as a baby. Eminem never knew his father, Bruce Mathers. He abandoned the family when Marshall was still an infant, leaving his mother, Debbie Mathers, to raise him alone. Growing up without a father created a gaping emotional wound that Eminem addressed in many songs, including Cleaning Out My Closet and My Dad's Gone Crazy. He reportedly tried writing letters to his father as a child, but they were never answered. This deep-seated pain shaped much of his early identity and fueled his drive to succeed. 7. His mother may have had Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Eminem's tumultuous relationship with his mother, Debbie Mathers, is well documented in his lyrics. One of the more disturbing implications in his music is that she may have suffered from Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a psychological disorder where a caregiver fabricates or induces illness in another to gain attention or sympathy. In songs like Cleaning Out My Closet, Eminem suggests that she manipulated and abused him emotionally and physically. On top of that, he also claimed to have raised his half-brother, Nathan, largely on his own. 8. His mother sued him for $10 million. In 1999, Eminem's rising fame brought more than fans. It brought lawsuits. His own mother sued him for defamation, demanding $10 million after he publicly accused her of drug use and poor parenting in his lyrics. While the suit was eventually settled for $25,000, with only $1,600 going to Debbie, it highlighted the fractured relationship between mother and son. Eminem has often portrayed his mother as someone who used legal battles and drama to gain money and attention. 9. His birth nearly killed his mother. Debbie Mathers was just 15 years old when she gave birth to Eminem, and the delivery was brutal. She spent an exhausting 73 hours in labor and almost died during the birth. She later described it as a living hell, claiming that the doctor smoked cigars throughout the ordeal. Eminem's very entrance into the world was a battle for life, setting the tone for the hardships and survivalist mentality that would define his journey. His uncle committed suicide, and it devastated him. One of the most heartbreaking events of Eminem's life was the suicide of his uncle, Ronnie Pokingham. Ronnie wasn't just a relative. He was Eminem's best friend and mentor. The two were born only months apart and shared a deep bond over music. Ronnie introduced Eminem to rap and breakdancing, helping ignite his passion for the genre. When Ronnie took his own life in 1991, Eminem was shattered. He rarely speaks about the incident, but those close to him say the loss created a void he's never truly filled. From the trauma of childhood abuse and abandonment to legal battles and heartbreaking losses, Eminem's life is a testament to survival against the odds. These little-known stories reveal the pain behind the persona and the grit behind the greatness. Now that you know the truth behind the music, one thing is clear. Eminem didn't just earn his place in hip-hop. He fought for it every single step of the way.